Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will show you how to trade a Bitcoin head and shoulders pattern, which is currently developing on my radar, and we could have an opportunity to jump into a trade here in the future. So let's get right to it. Over here on OKX Exchange, I'm looking at BTC USDT perpetual contracts. And we currently have a head and shoulders pattern developing, and we're looking for the right shoulder to finish development for the opportunity to jump into a trade. Now you can see over here on the left hand side of the screen, we got our left hand shoulder, and it developed and it moved up into a neckline, sold off into what is now our head, and then the price reversed back up to develop the neckline up here. And then again, we got the sell-off into the right shoulder, which is currently developing. And what we're looking for is this price action to work its way back up and eventually breach this neckline, which you see represented in the white line. Once it breaches that neckline, that would be the buying opportunity to enter a long trade. And so we have our left shoulder, our head, our right shoulder is under development, and of course we have the neckline in place. Now all we actually need is the price action to work its way up and breach this neckline, and that would be the opportunity to go long and set a profit target. And so the way we come up with our profit target is we actually just go from basically the top of the head to the neckline, and that will give us a profit target. We can then drag that over to the point that the price action actually breaches the neckline. So in this case, I'm projecting out over here since we don't actually have that breach yet. If it breaches somewhere back in here, then we need to drag that profit target down along the neckline. Or on the flip side, if the price breaches somewhere later on, then we'll need to extend the neckline and drag the profit target to the point of the actual breach. In this case, I'm just making a projection since we are in the early stages of this shoulder's development. And so if we do actually get the breach around this point here, and then our profit target would actually be right up in this region, which happens to be around 51,000. Now, if we actually get this price action to play out this way, jumping over to my weekly chart with the Fibonacci retracement levels dropped in, we can see the 382 level is right there at the 51,000 level. And so that could perhaps be a point of resistance if Bitcoin is able to push up into that region, and therefore it would actually be a valid place to take profit. And so jumping back over to OKX, now I will probably make this trade on OKX, and I will actually probably use 10x leverage. And if we measure out the move that we're looking at from the top of the head to the neckline, we're looking at almost a 5% profit. And combined with 10x leverage, that would give you a 50% profit on this particular move. And so I would be more than comfortable taking that 50% profit. Now, you could actually scale out of this position where we see maybe 50,000 might be psychological resistance. So you might want to take some profit at 50,000 and then close the rest of your position up here at the 51,000 level. Now, with that all being said, you also have to have a stop loss in place. And so if this price breaks down from this level when you get in, you need to know where your stop loss is before you actually engage the target. And there are actually a couple ways you could figure out where you want to put your stop loss. You could come over here to the calculator that OKX provides. You could click on liquidation price and then set up your margin mode. In my case, I do isolated. My leverage would be 10x. My entry price would be around 49,000. And I'd be picking up 0.02 Bitcoin, and I just click calculate, and you can see that my liquidation price would be 44,299. Now, I always set a stop loss above my liquidation price. I don't want to get liquidated, and that way I am able to save some of my funds by avoiding getting liquidated. So I know at a minimum I want to be above this 44,299. So if we jump back over to the chart, that 44,299 isn't even really on the chart. It's way off the chart. The lowest I would ever go with a stop loss would be at the breach of this right shoulder. That would be the lowest I would set a stop loss. So you could set your stop loss, say, around 46,000. However, for me, I would probably be a little more conservative. I want this move to work. If it doesn't work, I want out. And so I would probably be setting my stop loss somewhere around the 48,000, or worst case scenario around the 47,000 level. But with that all being said, traditionally most traders set it down below this right shoulder. In the end, you need to do your own recon, understand your risk tolerance, and come up with your own stop loss levels. And again, this video is intended as a how-to trade, not how to copy my trades. So you really need to do your own recon and come up with your own entry price levels, profit targets, and stop loss targets. But you have to have all of those determined before you pull the trigger on the trade. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to do a quick video to show you how to trade Bitcoin when a head and shoulders pattern develops. And we have one developing right now. I'll keep it on my radar. I will do an update video in the future on if this trade plays out and if I was in the profit or loss. So you might want to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss that video. Also, if you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop those in the comment sections down below. I will drop a link to OKX in the description down below. And in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.